Hi, it's Joy Foster, founder of TechPixies and the host of the Sparkle and Thrive podcast. And today I have a super special Fly Solo podcast for you. I wanted to reflect on 8 years in business, but also on one fact that I know to be true. And that is that when a woman upskills with social media, they find not only their confidence, but their digital skill set. It's their personal confidence that improves, and their digital know-how, technical know-how also improves. And they become these women who believe that everything is figure outable, just like Marie Forleo says in her book. And they figure out how to use social media, and they figure out how to propel their career forwards, whether that's returning to work, changing careers, or starting a business. Now, January is a perfect time to upskill and to start planning your next move. One of the most powerful things that I think a woman can do is learn how to use social media. What social media helps you to do is massive. It helps you to gain confidence doing videos, right? It's still about going live. It's still about connecting with people through the medium of video. That's not going away. And it's really important that women learn how to go on camera and not beat themselves up, right? I have not brushed my hair today. Now, I'm very lucky. I've got kind of straight, thin hair and it just falls into place. I've even got a little bit of a wave because I went out for a walk and it got rained on. I don't wear makeup. But I come online and I talk about what we do at TechPixies. I interview really interesting people on the podcast, and I teach women that it's okay to be them, to be authentically themselves, to show up as who they are. And in doing so, your voice gets stronger and stronger, and your ability to share a message gets easier and easier. And that's why social media is such a great tool. You find your voice, you discover what you love, you connect with other people who love what you love. Right? When I teach people how to use social media, I say to people, you don't even have to be yourself online. We have people who are very, very successful now on social media who started out by posting about their dog or posting about their shoes. One of our alumni, who was one of the very first students at TechPixies, way back when, she started an Instagram account about shoes. There's even a picture of my shoes on one of her Instagram feeds. She now has an amazing dream job at the Ashmolean, which is a museum in Oxford. And there's been a journey to get there. And she's had some incredible places of work on that journey. So what I know is you don't have to use social media as yourself to learn how to use social media. But once you do learn how to use social media as, shoes or dogs or whatever you want to talk about, you then know how it works, so you can have the confidence to then put yourself out there for what you really want to use it for. So there's three things that people at TechPixies use social media for. The first thing that they use it for is to return to work. So let's say someone's had a career break. Really good example of this is Tony Whitney. I interviewed her on the podcast not that long ago. She'd had a career break for 17 years. She hadn't done that job for 12 years, 12 to 17 years, something like that. Huge career break. She used social media. She used social media training to help a charity that mattered to her, to get them more publicity, to get them more donations. She used all of that knowledge to gain confidence in her skills and her abilities. And then she woke up one day and she said, you know what? I've got these skills. I've got these abilities. And just because I've taken a career break doesn't mean that I've lost all the other skills and abilities that I had. And then she leveraged LinkedIn and she connected with an old boss, an old colleague. And then he said, we're looking for somebody. And she went right back in to the career she was doing before she had kids, as if nothing had ever happened, as if there wasn't this big gap on her CV. So returning to work is one thing that women use social media for. The second thing that women use social media for is to change careers. Now, if I could count the number of people who come out of TechPixies and within 2-3 years become life coaches, I should actually run a life coach licensing business. We have so many women who come in with an idea of this is what I was doing for my career and I want to shift into something else. They get the life coaching transformational support that we offer at TechPixies, and then they end up a couple years later becoming life coaches themselves. We have so many women who've come out of our program and had this transformation through our life coaching program that they themselves want to take that out into the world. And that to me is such a blessing. I think it's incredible that we have so many life coaches that have come out of TechPixies. That is not a career, I guarantee you, that most of them walked into TechPixies thinking they were going to do. A lot of them came to TechPixies thinking I'm going to be a social media manager, or I'm going to be a communications manager, or I'm going to take my PR skills and enhance them with social media, or I'm going to be a designer and I'm going to enhance them with social media. And then they go on to get coaching skills as well. So changing careers, some people will come in as a burnt out head teacher. Zoe Morales, she's another burnt out teacher who now supports other burnt out teachers to go and start businesses online. She builds websites for them. She doesn't really even do social media. She builds websites. She came through our program so that she could find herself again and figure out what she wanted to do next. And then she's gone on this journey of discovery, and now she builds websites. Many people come into TechPixies and they have no idea what they're going to leave doing. They come in with one idea and they explore things and they come out with another one. We have a great tech pixie who I haven't interviewed on the podcast yet, but I really want to, named Deb. She came into the program because she wanted to be a social media manager. She got her social media management certification. She went and got a job doing social media management. A couple months into the job, she thought, you know what? I don't want to be a social media manager. I want to go and do gardens. So she now is doing gardening. And she's got a whole YouTube channel all about gardening that she's created off the back of saying, you know what, I don't want to do social media for someone else. I want to do it for myself. What do I care about? What do I love? I'm going to do gardening. So changing careers, what I love about TechPixies is you never know. You're like, what comes in is not what comes out, right? Really important. Like people come in thinking one thing and come out another way. And let me be honest, put my hand up high. When I started TechPixies, I was not a life coach. I was not a neuro coach. I was not interested in brain science. I didn't know anything about any of that. I came into TechPixies wanting to help 12 women return to work. And 8 years later, we're going into our 8th year of business this year. 8 years later, I'm a certified master neuro coach. I care about neuroscience and the power it has to helping female empowerment in this world. I am a certified life coach on a mastery level. I have the life mastery consulting training from the Brave Thinking Institute. I was one of their top 10 transformational coaches last year. You would not have told me, I would have laughed at you if you told me that's what I was going to be doing. So this company, TechPixies, it's not a company, it's a transformational machine. It's an opportunity to come in one way and leave another and go and bless the world with your skills and talents in a way you couldn't even imagine possible. And the third thing that people do when they come to TechPixies is they start a business. And we've seen a lot of businesses get started, Reiki businesses. We've got a gal who does bowls, but with rope. They're like rope bowls. We have artists. We have pet massage therapists. We have travel counselors. We have a gal who owns a shop that sells ducks, right? Rubber ducks. Karen Evans. I did a whole podcast with her. Of course, we've got people who've gone on and started social media management companies. We've got a whole series on that on the podcast. We've got women who go on and do baking and catering companies. In fact, today I'm running we're doing a launch boot camp. We're teaching our mastermind members. We have a level up mastermind for our students that want to build 6-figure businesses. We're teaching them how to launch today. So we're teaching them like the principles of a launch and what you need to do. The person who is coming to cater the lunch is a tech pixie. That's her business. She caters and she's used social media to get jobs, catering jobs. She's also used social media to get jobs managing cafes while she's doing the catering on the side. So, to me, the business that you can build with social media, it does not matter. There are an infinite number of businesses you can build with social media: hair, nails, business consulting, social media, website design, social media management, copywriting, PR, graphic design, you name it, you need social media for it. There's not a business in the world that does not need social media. Lois is watching right now. She goes, I can use social media to promote piano lessons. Amen, sister. So that's the point. You can use social media to promote anything. And it can start as a side hustle and it can build out to a six-figure business. That's what social media can do for you. And I hope to see you return to work, change careers, or start a business and make that transformation from who you are now to who you want to be. And I hope you get to do it alongside us. Have a great day.